Ooh, copper. So welcome everyone. I don't know if I start right away or wait for more people. What's up? Miss Glass? Is that what that says, Miss Glass? So I've been like keeping this in for a couple of days. And I haven't really said much. What's up, Judith? I haven't really said much. Some of the Patreons know because I've spoke to them about it. Hey, Clarissa. Hey, Kay. What's up? I'll make it easier because it's hard to see, and I got a cop in front of me. So we'll just say, welcome, Patreon subs, members, my amazing mods, and everyone in between. I've been hoping, waiting. Thanks, Tammy Lou. And Tammy Lou, I want to give you a special shout out. Tammy Lou has stuck up for me. I've seen her stick up for me in chats that were bashing me and everything else, or comments weren't right, and she's always stuck up for me. And I want to thank you for that. I did see that. So, all right. Let me put a disclaimer on this, okay? You're going to hear me say names. I'm not sticking up for anybody and I'm not bashing anybody. There are people that I'm going to sound like I'm sticking up for that I'm not friends with anymore. And there are going to be people that I don't fuck with that are going to sound like I'm bashing, but I'm not. And then there's everyone in between. But I have serious problems with what is going on everywhere lately. What I mean by that is, for those of you that are new, you might not know what went on in the past. But the beginning of last year, around this time last year, Tiffany Marie and Corey had been working really, really hard on taking down somebody that was scamming thousands of dollars out of St. Jude. They were collecting money from St. Jude for St. Jude for like a year or a couple of years, never showed a receipt, played the whole community. Tiffany and Corey worked really, really hard to bring them down, and they did. Molly got involved, I got involved, a bunch of us got involved. And they were pretty much taken down. These clip channels that want to be righteous moral authorities wouldn't touch it. Why? Because they're not about morals, they're about money. So these moral authority commentary channels are very selective about who they go after and very selective about who they talk about. What are their criteria? If they make money. If this person can make them money, they'll talk about them. If somebody won't make them money, they're not going to talk about them. Or if it infringes of what they think is going to hurt their money, they won't talk about them. So let me tell you where this stems from. It stems from a lot of stuff, actually. But one of the biggest things it stems from is, all right, let me put a disclaimer on this. Out of all the commentary channels, even though he don't like me, the most respect I have is for Crude as Fuck. Why? He shows his face and you know his real name. So if you're going to talk shit on somebody, at least I can see you. At least I know you're a real person. At least I can put a face to your shit talking. I can respect that. Whether I like him, don't like him, I can respect that. All of the people they talk about show their face. One of the things with the St. Jude scammer was that she was nothing but an avatar. All she did was show an avatar. Nobody's ever seen her face or anything. And I'm sorry, but I have a very hard time with burnt toast. She did a wonderful job last night with Susan. Don't get me wrong. I'll give her shout out for that. But I heard her describe last night like what an LOL cow is and whatever her definition was, which was totally not me, but whatever. I don't even care. But you're nothing but an avatar. You can be a scammer from another community and nobody would know. You could be a fraud and nobody would know. I have a very hard time with people that want to act like moral authorities that have lots of skeletons in their closets, who have said far, and I'm not talking burnt toast now, I'm talking other people, who have said far worse than me, Molly, and Betty Bullhorn put together. And they want to act like a moral authority because it's because it's Molly. Where were you with Diane? Where were you when Diane was getting called out? Oh, I'm sorry, you stuck by Diane's side. My bad. The reason why so many people are calling Molly out, it's not because Molly has done worse than anyone else. It's because she's a moneymaker. She makes these people money. And I'm sick and tired of hearing these moral authorities who don't even show their face put judgment on anybody. Who are you? Like, again, crude as fuck shows who he is. I can live with that. I can respect that. Whether you like me or not is not my problem. But at least I can respect him. I don't understand why people are putting so much merit into an avatar. And it's not just Burnt Toast, it's many others. Like, didn't we learn from Diane, trust an avatar? So, and I'm not saying anything bad about her in general. This is the shit that pisses me off. And then I was listening to Uber Goober, I think her name is. Uber Goober. I was listening to her today, and I'm sorry I can't read chat, guys. I'm driving and chat's like super small. But when I get to the parking lot, I'll be able to read it. When I was listening to Uber Goober for a minute, and I'm listening to her, and at first she's on point, talking about, what's going on. She didn't have anyone's names right, but she was talking about the Susan thing, which I'm going to talk about too. And she had a different name, and then she starts promoting channels. She starts promoting Crude as Fuck. She starts promoting Burnt Toast. Then she starts promoting John Crimes. I got a big problem with that. Big problem. John Crimes doxes me every fucking time he speaks of me. Doxes, full out last name. I can assure you that most of the DC knows my last name, okay? But I can also guarantee you the Glarus people don't know my last name. The Crude as Fuck and Burnt Toast that came over from a different community don't know my last name. But here's John doxing me every fucking time he speaks of me. Like, totally obsessed over Tiffany. For months now, obsessed. All he talked about for months was me, Molly, and Tiffany. None of us give him the time of day. None of us speak about him at all. All three of us have ignored him. I have never in my life seen a grown man, go after females the way John Crimes does. For no reason. It's not even warranted. J-Mac and other guys have gone after John. He doesn't say a fucking word to them. Not a word. He's too scared. But a girl, Tiffany, Molly, Laura, now granted, he hasn't spoke about me in about a month, according to his according to his videos. But he's still going after Tiffany every fucking day. Tiffany doesn't talk about him. Tiffany doesn't give John the time of day, but it doesn't stop John. He's got to expose Tiffany. Why? What did Tiffany do, John? Tiffany was fine when she was your friend, right, though? She was perfectly fine then. I was perfectly fine when I was your friend. Molly was perfectly fine when she was your friend. But then all of a sudden, we're not your friends anymore, and we're the only three you focus on, even when everybody ignores you. So when I hear people promoting, I mean, his name alone is a joke and a half. Like, what scandal have I ever done? Burnt Toast and Crude as Fuck make comments that they don't like me for things I've done. What have I done? Like, please enlighten me as what I've done. I've heard more rumors about me and more false bullshit than actual reality. So please show me what I've actually done that's so horrible. Because the people you're promoting have actually done a lot worse and said a lot worse than I've ever fucking said. But you don't say anything about them. You don't go after them. Alicia Clare has gone further than I ever have. She's done more than I ever have. She's gone more real life than I ever have. How come you don't call it out? Oh, I know, because she's not a moneymaker. Gotcha. Because she doesn't make you the money like Marissa does, like my name does. Gotcha. And it's just aggravating. Like, the one that pisses me off the most is John. Like, I can't, when I hear people promoting this man, I cringe. Cringe. You're promoting a complete doxer. You're promoting a complete fucking narcissist. Like, that's another thing. Crude as Fuck is not a narcissist. I don't know what his deal is, but, and again, I don't care if he doesn't like me. Like, that's not my issue. Like, but I don't see him as a narcissist. I don't see him as a bad person. I don't see him as, a phony. Like, I think he goes by what he believes or what he thinks is truth, and that's it. And I'm okay with that. I am totally okay with that. But the other two, I do have problems with. Like, Burnt Toast, you're an avatar. You don't even show who you are. And then you make a comment like, oh, come find me. You could be the nicest person in the world, and I could be, far off, and I'm okay with that. But you could also be the biggest scammer from another community, and nobody would know it. Show your face if you're going to call out somebody else. If you're going to call the wrongdoings of somebody, then show who you are. And let somebody be able to look up your record. Let somebody to find out who you are before you try to act like a moral authority of somebody else, or that you're so much better than somebody else. And going back to John, I have the biggest problem with him, because what he's doing, he's not calling people out. He's obsessing. That's all he does is obsess. And by the way, I don't think Burnt Toast is a narcissist either. But I can't look her in the eyes like I can Crude as Fuck. And I have a problem with that. But I don't want to get back off track. I want to get back to John for a minute. The fact that John is calling anybody out is a joke and a half. His fight with Wag is hysterical. Like, I've never seen two grown men act so pathetic in my entire life. I agree with some of the things John has said. I agree with some of the things Wag has said. But together, these two going at each other I feel like I'm listening to fucking 2-year-olds. And yet, here they are calling out other people. I don't think either one of them have a right to call anybody out. I call Molly out because she was my friend. You don't know Molly. Like, you've never even had a conversation with her to go to the lengths that you're calling her out on. But why are you doing it? Because you make money from it. Tiffany, Laura, Molly, they make money for you. Now Betty, they make money for you. You're exploiting Summer Wells by going after people every single day talking about someone else. And again, some of these people have said far worse things than me, Molly, Betty, and even JLR put together have said. But they don't look into it because that it's not their problem. Half the fucking DC has said worse than I have. But that doesn't get called out. Why? Because they don't make money. They don't make money on those people. And they want to call everybody else out for making money. But what are they doing? They're doing the exact same fucking thing. They're doing what they're calling other people out for. John found a way to make money in Tiffany. So he constantly talks about Tiffany because he makes money and he gets views. Then you have other people like the Glara and all these other people that jumped on the bandwagon because they saw other people making money. They saw other people making views. So they jumped on the bandwagon. And now you have a whole slew of them that talk about the same fucking people and the same things every day. Move people, you're not personally involved. It's not a personal thing. You don't even know Tiffany or Marissa. You've never even had a conversation with them. But you think you know because you're the moral authorities of the community, which I would understand if they called people out that actually deserve to be called out. People that said stuff like, your baby deserved to die. Like I've heard some crazy shit coming from people connected to the people that they're promoting. But that's okay. Because again, calling that person out won't make them money. But if you jump on a bandwagon and hate Laura, Molly, Betty, or whoever, you'll make money. So go ahead and, bash them. And it's just the same fucking channels day after day after day, calling out the exact same fucking thing day after day after day. They promote each other to talk about it. Why? Because they make money. And it's just aggravating. And nobody is talking about it, which pisses me off even more, is that nobody is talking about it. Nobody is opening up their fucking mouth. I don't have the following I have because I'm a train wreck, despite popular belief, despite the lies that have been told over and over and over. Crude as fuck made a comment yesterday or the other day or a couple of days ago, I don't know, saying that, oh, well, Laura, I've laid off Laura. She's changed. Actually, Crude, I haven't changed one bit. I'm the exact same person I was 6 years ago. I'm the same person I was when I started my YouTube channel. I have not changed one bit, nor have I cycled into anything. I am the exact same person I've always been. The only difference is I'm not a target right now, so people aren't making up lies about me. People aren't accusing me of doing the shit that they've actually done. Like Serendipity was talking about it this morning. They were talking about the things that Mandy Lynn has done in the past. If you're not from the DC, you won't know what I'm talking about. But talking about things Mandy Lynn has done in the past. Half the DC has done worse than I have, but they don't get called out. I wouldn't have the people that I have, my OGs, people that have been with me forever. I wouldn't have the following I have if I was such a piece of shit. People would come and go. And no, I'm sorry. Most people stay. Have there been ones that come and go? Of course there have. I mean, people come and go, every creator. But I still have a ton of OGs. And my people are not stupid. They're not blind followers. They call me out. They tell me when I'm wrong. And it's just really frustrating that over and over and over, people, just because I don't speak out about it, and a lot of people know this, a lot of shit that I'm blamed for, it was not even me. You know, do I say things sometimes that are fucked up? Of course I do. Who doesn't? When I rant or I say shit, I don't always think about what I'm saying. That's just me. But I get blamed for so much stuff that other people have done that they want to put on me. So I challenge anybody, even with the candles, so much shit has been said about candles that were never fucking sold. But people don't care. They don't care that they've never been sold. They want to run with some fucking rumor that they run with. Or they take half a conversation or half a clip. Don't ask me about it and just run with it as gold. And because I ignore it half the time and I don't care what these people say, then it doesn't matter. They must be right because they never bothered to ask me. No, you're not right. You just run with it and I don't give a shit. Like I can't constantly put out battles or fires for my battles when they're wrong in the first place. I don't need to correct everybody. You want to believe it without asking me? That's on you. Then believe it without asking me. But you're not hurting me. Like, just because I choose to ignore it doesn't make me an asshole. Just because I choose to ignore it doesn't make it true. I just don't choose to fucking answer every single thing that's said about me. I don't care that much. If someone wants to come to me and ask me, I will gladly tell them. I can be reached on Instagram. I can be reached on Twitter. I can be reached on my websites. I mean, Facebook. It's a million places to reach me. If you want to know the truth, just fucking ask me. Or if you want to know the context of something, just ask me. Unlike most creators, I don't erase my shit and I own shit that I do. If I say something fucked up, I own it. I can't say that for many creators in this community, especially some of the ones that are moral authorities. I will be the first one to say, I just fucked up. Or I need to apologize to X, Y, and Z. But none of that gets remembered. I never get credit for any of that, ever. And you know what? Honestly, I've learned over the years, I don't need the credit for it. Because my people know, my subs know, and I'm just pissed off. Oh, hell no, we're not friends again. And that's why I said at the beginning, it may seem like I'm sticking up for people here or that I'm not friends with. I'm not. I'm just stating facts. You know, and then I started to think last night, maybe I was being set up because for the last 3 days in a row, something out of Molly's camp ends up in my lap. I don't know anything about what's going on with Susan. And by the way, before I forget, let me put this out there. Somebody told me that Minnie C said that I gave Dave her information. Bitch, I never gave Dave anybody's information. The only thing I ever showed Dave was Jennifer Lynn's picture. That's it. Her name and a picture, Jennifer Lynn. That's it. I never gave Dave your information. So here's Ninny C running around lying, and I believe that she probably believes it, but running around lying, thinking that I gave her information to Dave. I have never given Ninny C's information to fucking anybody. Not Dave, not anybody. But that's a rumor that I just heard today. And there's so many rumors like that. I'm sorry. I've never show me from Dave show me where I gave Dave your info. You will never get it because it doesn't exist. Well, because it doesn't fucking exist. But that's part of the lies that people tell. And then people run with it. And I didn't even hear about that until today. And I haven't any blocks, so I couldn't see it. But one of my mods told me. I was like, what the fuck is she talking about? I never gave Dave her information. Did Ninny come ask me? Did any of Ninny's people come ask me? Of course they didn't. They just run with the fact and believe that I must have given him. Why would I give Dave Ninny's information? Why would I give Dave anybody's fucking information? I don't need to give anybody anybody's fucking info. But there's a rumor. I'm sure Nitty C told 10 people, who then told 10 people. Before you know it, there's a rumor running around about me that I didn't even have a fucking clue about. But that's what happens. And again, at no point will you ever hear me say that I'm perfect. I am far from perfect. I, again, let me own this. I have said things that are fucked up. I have hurt people in some of the things I've said. I have owned that. I have apologized to those that, that I owed an apology to. I've apologized to people that didn't deserve an apology, but I've apologized anyway. I have accidentally doxed people. I have purposely doxed people. I own all of it. There's nothing anybody can come at me and say, like, you don't know, um, she didn't do this. I own my shit and I keep my lives up for the most part. I don't go on a rant and then delete it so nobody has it. I own my shit, unlike so many others. And it's just really frustrating to hear people say shit like, well, we don't like her because of the shit she's done. What have I done? You're promoting people that are 10 times worse, but you're promoting them. Like, it's unreal to me. And it's frustrating as fuck. That's my rant. It wasn't a funeral. That's another one. It wasn't a fucking funeral. Holy shit. That's another rumor. Laura taped at a funeral. Laura never recorded a fucking funeral. But it doesn't matter how many times that story is told. I don't remember whose channel it was. Somebody did a video showing the news report that it was an open memorial. Like, it's fucking crazy. The funeral was closed. Nobody could go to the funeral. It was a closed funeral for family only. I did not go to the closed funeral. But it doesn't matter how many motherfucking times I've said this. Proof has been out there. It doesn't matter. They still run with it. I know. Let me address that too. Again, a big shout out to Burnt Toast for the way she handled it yesterday. I thought Burnt Toast handled Susan like a pro. There were so many things she could have said and done, but she didn't. She handled it like a pro. Little stock, whatever. Nobody was there at the time. And I was in a car. You couldn't hear outside. It was not the funeral. If you're too fucking stupid to do your own research, then you don't need to be here. I'm not discussing it again. I've said it 1,000 fucking times. She did. Burnt Toast handled it like a pro. I was like, oh my God, what's she gonna say? I have not spoken to Susan. Susan has not been in my stream. I have said from a long time she needs serious psychological help. That she needs far more than a YouTube creator. Like, she needs help. So she goes on, for those of you that don't know, hey Blue Eyed, hey Sagittarius Angel, for those of you that don't know, Susan was Marissa's Patreon. She was Marissa's sub. She was my member, bought some candles. I sent her I sent her candles. Marissa, I guess she jumped on. Here's another thing I heard today, by the way. I think it was in Uber Goobers, maybe. Said that Susan came on Laura's panel to bash Marissa. No, she didn't. Susan never came on my panel to bash anybody. She never came on my panel to even speak to anybody. So that's another lie that gets runs around. She never came on my panel at all. So, but that, went out and went everywhere. So Susan was Marissa's Patreon, Marissa's friend. I don't know how much money she ever gave Marissa because I we never talked about it. So I have no idea. But I know she does have money. That I do know. So Marissa, and I guess she went on, I don't even remember who, but she went on somebody's panel to talk about Marissa. Marissa's mods or somebody found out about it and they went to Marissa. Marissa then brings Susan on panel. I don't remember. I think it was in the morning or at the night. I don't know. But around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, either that day or the day after, Susan, and again, Laura and PurplexedQT had nothing to do with any of this. She didn't leave anything. That was it was on Dolly Vision. She went on first. Okay, if it was Dolly's, then it was Dolly's. I don't remember. So, and I didn't hear it. But none of this happened with on Laura's stream or anything. Yeah, but that was after the fact, Happy Life. So she then goes to Marissa, finds out. Marissa brings her up on panel and wants to question her on it. Okay, that's on Marissa. So Marissa's questioning her. Susan comes up with this thing that it was her twin sister and that, she would never do that to Molly and is begging. Yeah, at this point, I'm not involved at all. And says, I'm listening just like you guys. And says how 2 o'clock the next day, this is when I do get involved, but 2 o'clock the next day, she leaves this message for Marissa's on her video that I guess she was on or under the video and said that she OD'd because of all the stress, because of all the heartache. From that 2 o'clock in the afternoon, she went from panel to panel to panel stating how she was that she OD'd and her timelines were off and nobody would call an ambulance. That's when I got involved. They wanted me to give her address. That wasn't happening. She came in my chat originally, allegedly her fake sister came in the chat. When you listen to the voices, you can tell it was her. All right. So that she then goes back to Marissa and cries and says that, this is after the OD, that she cries and says how sorry she is and how much she loves Marissa and how wonderful she is. And can she please have her wrench back because she loves Marissa and blah, 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 blah. Again, none of that has anything to do with me, PurplexedQT, my channel, nothing. The OD part was over. Everything was over. It was done. She went back to Molly. All right. Then yesterday, now I don't know when she was on Crude, but yesterday, out of nowhere, from what I heard, because I didn't watch Molly yesterday, but from what I heard, Molly, she was on Molly's panel, like everything was fine. She was asking for her rent. She was talking, like everything was perfectly fine. This guy in front of me is cute. Everything was perfectly fine. Then out of nowhere, Burnt Toast is doing her spiel, and Susan, I guess, wants a link or calls in or something, and she's right back to bashing Marissa. And even Marissa's people start coming in there, and Burnt Toast again handled it like a champ. She didn't know what to say. And then all of a sudden, Susan says out of nowhere, oh, I'm going to stick with Laura. I think I'm going to stick with Laura for now. Why would you even bring me up? Why would my name even come up? So that kind of, yeah, she did stun everyone. So that made me feel like this is a setup, maybe from someone. And like, I didn't want to blame Marissa or anything, but it was very, very odd. 3 days in a row, I'm getting dragged in. And like I said, anything going on, Marissa and Susan has nothing to do with me, but I'm not like Marissa's leftovers. which is what it started to feel like, especially when she went on Burnt Toast. Like, I don't need Marissa's leftovers. Sorry, I just don't. Oh, hey guys from Voices. Hey, Voices. Um, yeah, lonely lady wanting attention. And then last night after that, I was watching Marissa to see if I was being set up. So I'm watching Marissa, and honestly, I think Marissa's clueless. I don't think she has anything to do with it. But I'm watching her mods on panel, this Heidi and Justice for All. And I'm watching them, and they're just blatantly lying. And then Heidi starts crying. Like, oh, we try to help her. We save. Why are you crying over this woman? And I thought it was a bit bizarre. And I'm like, that's fucking weird. Why are you sitting here crying over the same woman that you bashed not too long ago? Just a couple of nights ago. And now you're sitting here crying? Then I don't remember, and I have to go back. I did record it, but they're talking about that Susan was now on Prairie something. I forgot, Prairie of America. I forgot her name. So I went over to Prairie's and checked her whole live, and they're not on. She wasn't on there at all. I didn't see her in chat. She wasn't on the she wasn't on panel. I went through the entire panel. She was never once on Prairie of America, Prayer Garden. Thank you. Yeah, Prayer Garden's connected to the Wells case. So it is, Freddie, I totally agree with you. So I don't understand exactly, Glenda. She's the one stirring it up. Exactly. So I'm like, okay, I did skim through it. Maybe I missed something, but I know she does want to be Don's sister wife. But point being is that I didn't see her on Prayer Garden at all. Why are they sitting there lying to Marissa? Why are they saying, two of them are saying that they are on, that she's on Prayer Garden talking to Prayer Garden. And I remember Marissa saying, why would she be over there? I guess she's lonely and she just needs someone to talk to. And I'm like, oh, I'm watching Prayer Garden on my other screen. She's not there. She wasn't talking to anybody. Why is Heidi lying to Marissa? And what else is Heidi lying to Marissa about? And she was not on Prayer Garden. Exactly. Oh, thank you, baby elephant. So I'm not wrong. Like, I'm not crazy. They did tell her that, right? Like, that's why I said, like, I really have to go back and listen to the recording to make sure that I don't have my story twisted. But I'm pretty sure that I heard that two of them telling Marissa that she was on Prairie Garden, talking to Prairie Garden, telling a story, knowing that Marissa is not going to go to Prairie Garden. Thank you, Blue Eyed Angel. Because, like I said, I was recording Marissa just because I know she erases a lot. They did say it. Thank you, guys. I just want to make sure I wasn't crazy. And that's why I'm like, what else are they fucking lying to Marissa about? And I'm not saying I'm feeling bad for Marissa, but pick your friends better. Pick your mods better. Because you're being fucking played. Big time. She wants approval wherever she can get it. Exactly, Carson. The problem was she wasn't over on this other channel. It's like she wasn't in Prairie Garden's channel. So why are you saying she was? And they even said that it was like this whole conversation. It was so weird. No, but they did say that. Yeah. They even made a point to say that she was having this conversation on panel that she never had. Heidi told MDL she's going in chats and snapping screenshots of people in other chats that also go in hers. Okay, that makes sense. I knew someone was. Prayer, not prairie. Oh, okay, prayer. I've watched the woman once. But I just want to make sure that I wasn't crazy. Like, I saw what I heard what I heard. So thank you guys for confirming it. It is like another universe over there. No, they said Prairie Garden. I know they said Prairie Garden. The Glares? The Glaris? Are you like the Glare's wife? um, and it just, I don't know. It goes back to me thinking, I know Heidi lied. That was another thing, Lindsay. Thank you. For the record, it wasn't me that said anything about Netflix. That was openly admitting Granny's watching. She's the one that said about the Netflix, not me. But once again, Heidi lied. Marissa, you might want to take a look at Heidi, for real. These ass kissers are doing nothing but lying to you. And granted, it's your problem, not mine. But for the last 3 days, my name seems to be dragged into all the bullshit when it's not even me saying it. I know Heidi's Justice Mod. And again, like Voices said, justice is timing. I was in Molly's. They did say she was in Prayer Garden. I went through prayers 3 times already, and she was on there. She was. Where was Susan on panel in Prayer Gardens? Let me know. Justice is a he, yes. They stalk who's in chat. Don't matter if you're speaking bad or not. Well, that's how Marissa's gonna lose all her people. But they're gaining you subs too? What does that mean? Kissing Ace? Sorry, she wasn't. Okay. Yeah, because I was going to say, I don't think she was either. I agree, Cindy. It is painful to listen to her. I can't argue that. A while back, I think she was, but not. No, but they said it last night. 2 of them, Justice and her, both told her that she was on panel talking to Prayer Garden because they know Marissa's not going to go look. She's going to chalk it up as, okay, she needs a friend. Susan was not on PG last night. Nope, she sure wasn't. I don't even think she was in chat from what I saw. How do you know she was in the lobby? Now, did she go on Burnt Toast? Yes, she did. She absolutely went on Burnt Toast. That we all heard. But that was it. By talking about you, people might come and sub to see what it's all about and end up liking you. Well, that does happen a lot. The Burnt Toast thing was a very odd move. But me and Marissa do share some dual Patreons that did tell me when I asked her last night, is Marissa setting me up? Was this a setup? She said, absolutely not. And this person I've grown to become friends with, I know she wouldn't lie to me about it. Okay, Amanda, Kate, Heidi, and Justice had Susan on his channel when they called the ambulance, and that was 3 a.m.ish, and they both had been up since 6 on Ziggy's. They had the night before. Talk about someone gave me a wrench. I did not know how to work it. I got jumped from old mods. Who, Moonshadow? Yes, her 3 mods show up everywhere that anybody talks about Marissa. And they weren't there previously. It is the strangest fucking dynamic I've ever seen. They're either seriously trying to take her down, and that would be like a brilliant plan if that was the plan. And I don't mean brilliant to take her down. I mean brilliant like how to go about it. That's some heavy ass scheming. But this is over the top. Like, this is fucking weird. I didn't see her on Crude. I did see her on I believe I heard she went on Dolly's. She was on toast bashing my, yeah, it was like, and I can understand why Marissa would be like, what in the fuck? Like, you were just begging me for a link and now you're over there bashing me. And then she gave the excuse. Like, this was weird too. Now, Burnt Toast was in a position she did not know what to say. And I fully understand. Like, she just wasn't the type that would sit there and be like, oh, okay, let's bash Molly together. She let her vent and then she said, okay, there's other people waiting. And she really handled it well. But Susan was on there saying how she was just messing with Marissa. Well, now you just seem like a fucking psycho. Like, what do you mean you were messing with Marissa? She said she was in the ICU. There was no beeps. When you're in ICU, you hear things in the background. Ginger Lock's mom has been in the hospital. You hear the beeping in the background. You hear the intercom in the background. You hear the nurses in the background. When Phoenix was in the hospital, I went live. You can hear things in the background. Like, you just hear stuff in the background. She did. She handled it beautifully. I will never take that away from her. It was delicate. It was very strange. Yeah, being in a hospital is loud. Exactly. It was a bit psychotic. And it was just crazy. Heidi's definitely a problem. I agree. But the way she was crying last night, why the fuck are you crying? Because somebody may have turned on Marissa, so you're gonna cry? What are you, fucking two? But K Brun, I have no problem with Susan per se, but I see a lot of issues. I don't want to be the next Marissa. I don't want somebody to fucking talk about me 1 minute, be my friend, and then bash me somebody else. I don't want that. I really don't. And I'm not here to be anybody's psychiatrist or psychologist. That's all. I've never seen this kind of stuff either. Hey, Lovable Rogue. It was awkward to watch. Burnt Toast handled it well. I absolutely agree. But, if she does it to Marissa, she'll do it to me. Or she'll do it to the next person. I'm not here it is so sad. I absolutely agree with you. I'm not here to be anyone's psychologist. And unlike Marissa, that's promoting being a life coach, I don't give everyone, I don't talk to everybody. I do wish her well. I absolutely do. And she's more than welcome to come in my chats. I'm not saying no. I'm not going to get personal. I'm just not. I'm sure it is still up. But did any hear her ask Toast if Laura was okay? That's why I thought it was a setup. That's exactly why I thought it was a setup. I was like, here we go. 3 nights in a row, I'm getting dragged into Marissa's bullshit. It was my shrink as hell for. Hey, let me tell you something, Local Rogue. I'm a good listener. And I actually offer very good advice. But I wouldn't do it for everybody. I agree, VZ. Marissa said you charge for shipping when you give a big discount. I always charge for shipping. Why would I not charge for shipping? I got to pay for shipping. I always charge for shipping. Unless you spend 100 or more, then you don't pay for shipping. Why wouldn't I pay for shipping? Shipping is the same. It's the same it's on the website. who are a good double. What do you mean, good double? I think Marissa thought the same thing, but I refuse. Same thing about what? Yeah, everybody charges shipping. You should see the shit I fucking get charged to order stuff. It's crazy. I hope Susan gets the proper care she needs to. Why does Marissa care about your business? I don't think it's Marissa. I heard it's not Marissa. I heard it's her mods and shit are saying shit. Does Heidi ever change her shirt? I don't know. I don't really even watch Heidi. Can you do some life coach classes? Not really. I wouldn't fuck with that. I'll joke around about it. I'll say, I'm your new favorite life coach. I've joked around about it. Molly has opened Pandora's box with that panel. I agree. I just don't know why they're lying. I really don't. Can someone, one of the mods, drop a link for Intrepid, please? No, I'm at a Hobby Lobby. I ran out of tissue paper. Molly really wants to find out burnt toaster. I don't blame her. You've handled all of these weeks of crap. Thank you. I appreciate that. She will only do it to you if you let her, Laura. You're too smart for that crap. I agree when juror matters. She definitely has the same purple sweaty. I don't know what that is. I love Hobby Lobby too. It gets me in trouble though. Cape Run, I don't do it. If you have a problem and you want to talk to me, call me. But you have to buy a candle. If you buy a candle and you have a problem, I could help you. Life coaching is how to make your life better. My life is a fucking mess. I really wouldn't have any help, but I can give advice. I give good advice. But how to make your life better? I don't know. Give the vial real people. Yeah, but the thing is, my issue is, I'm not saying she's not smart. My issue is, isn't it a bit hypocritical to call somebody out when we don't know who you are? You could be a fraud in another community and we have no idea. That's what I'm saying. Not enough F bombs in this live. But you know what I mean, though? Why my life isn't a mess. I'm just saying. I'm a single mom. Um, that's another thing. Let me call this out too. And I'm not giving his name because he's not even worth fucking the corn of my shit. But there was a creator that I was going through my thing today. I was looking for something to watch, recommendations or whatever, and I see probably the only creator ever that can put my name in a title, Molly's name in the title, Betty's name in the title, and still couldn't break 80 people. There's only one loser like that. And he's like, oh, and who wants Laura's musky candles? Bitch, that's defamation. And if you haven't bought one, no, you have not. So shut the fuck up. Um, but yeah, it's not that my life's a mess, but I mean, I am who I am. I work my ass off. I live paycheck to paycheck. I, I, I pay my own rent. I pay my own bills. I pay for everything without the fucking help of anybody. And I've raised 3 teenagers pretty damn good. I think I'm doing all right. But I've been divorced twice, so, well, technically once, legally still married. But I do my own thing. It just pisses me off that people want to run their mouth. I work my fucking ass off. Like most of us, exactly. But I don't bash others, Deb. That's the difference. Hey, Savannah. Tanya Harding, didn't she get her knees busted? I agree. You got to stay true to yourself. Take more than one ride in life. Ain't that the truth? Thank you. I can't see your name. Touche. Thank you. 3 teenagers are extremely challenging in itself. Extremely. But, I hear people talk about my business, my this. I pay my rent. I pay for a house all by myself. I pay all my bills by myself. I pay for my car. I pay for my insurance. I pay for business insurance. I pay for everything all by myself. Nobody fucking helps me. I don't have a husband. I'm not getting child support in almost, a year? I do my shit myself. Thank you. And I fucking hustle my ass off. I do have good months. Thank you. Everyone keeps saying that on the 15K. 15K really wasn't a benchmark, though. But thank you, guys. 25 is my first benchmark. Oh my God. 3 growing teenagers. And that's another thing. Someone last year had outed the fact that I got food stamps. And I'm raising 3 fucking teenagers and I make less than $50,000 a year. And why the fuck does anybody care? It's just crazy. I am very independent. And I work hard. I have turned, since Phoenix got hurt, I have turned my candle business into a real business. And I fucking work my ass off at it. And I have to update the website. I keep telling people I'm going to put on the gift box, and I keep forgetting. Yep, we got sports, we got football, we got Sages in theater. That's crazy. Phoenix is in robotics. I mean, I pay for all of this myself. I don't need fucking. People say, "Oh, Laura, get a job." How do I pay for everything? Because I fucking work. And it's just aggravating. Believe me, I have no shame in food stamps. That $500 a month helps out immensely. Does it cover the whole month? Obviously not. I got 3 teens, but it definitely helps. Exactly. But I'm just saying, people have called DHS. They reported me. They've done this. It's so stupid. And then they talk all this shit about me. Like, you don't even fucking know me. Um, my candles. Everything is doing well. I can't complain. My stomach keeps growling, even though I'm drinking ice cream. I have no complaints. Summer's coming, spring is coming. I told Sage we're gonna stand outside of Publix. It's just getting it out there. I'm very happy with my first year of business. It far exceeded what I thought it was gonna do, literally. Yeah, making candles is not a joke at all. If done right, it takes a lot of work. Not that it's hard, but it is a science. It's an art to it. And knowing, which wick to use, how much to use of this, like, it really is an art. And that art has taken me a long time to perfect, and it's still not perfect. Every time I learn, I try different things. Yeah, it's on Facebook. It's on Facebook, Instagram. I just haven't got into like the marketing of it on Facebook or Instagram yet. I'm not quite there yet. I gotta, my time management sucks, and I do everything alone. So, townhouse, I work 3 jobs to keep up. That's exactly right. You know, I could be one of these fucking e-beggars that, sit there and go live all day and come up with anything they can for money. No. When I lost my job, what did I do? I fucking started a business because I still wanted to be home with my kids. That's what I did. That's what most people do when they know they have bills to pay, you know? And I tell people, just buy candles. You don't have to super chat me, just buy candles. And I make a lot less on candles than I would on super chat. But you want to know what? At least you're getting something. At least you're not just blindly giving money. Well, I used to make candles for home and, like personal candles that I would buy like Hobby Lobby, and just because I like being creative. And then when I lost my job, I was like, you know what? Let me make candles. So I started making candles and it just grew from there. You've got to respect that you made it. That's what I'm saying. And it grows every day. I wouldn't call it successful yet. I'd say it's extremely successful for the first year of business. Next year, I want to double it. And then I want to triple it, but I'm just, thank you. I can't see. I love something. Um, Thank you. I mean, one thing, and no matter how much shit people say about me, I am just me. And I will never apologize for being me. I am perfectly imperfect, and I am perfectly okay with that. And again, you'll never hear me say I'm perfect, ever. I fuck up probably more than most, but that's okay. I own that. But what I tell people, and I will put this out there for any of my haters, before you hate on me, find out why you actually hate on me. Is it because you believe lies or because of something I actually did and admitted to it and it is who I am? Ace Candles' whole thing is, oh, a scandal. Please tell me how the fuck my candles are a scandal. I love to hear this. But he can't. Because they're not a scandal. I use a very, very high quality product. Bye, Amy. Woo! Yeah, I want more followers on Instagram. Your candle slept with my husband? All right. I like that. That's what his channel, yes, that's what his channel means. It's a direct dig at me saying, Ace Candle, say it fast, a scandal. Where the fuck is my candle a scandal, you fucking low-life piece of shit? You obsessed low-life piece of shit. You should make a scandal candle. I was going to. And then I just couldn't be bothered. Um, thank you, thank you, thank you on the 15K. I am checking convictions always. That's what I'm saying. If people don't like me, they could not like me. Welcome, Rebecca. People could not like me. Not everyone's gonna like me. I get it. My voice is annoying. My accent's annoying. I believe me, I get it. But if you're gonna hate me, at least hate me for the right reasons. Like, if you don't like me based on something real, I could live with that. If you don't like me because you can't stand listening to my voice, I can live with that. If you don't like me because you don't like my attitude, I can live with that. But don't hate me based on somebody else's bullshit or some lie. Like the funeral. Like the fucking that I gave out people's names or addresses. It's just, it's not right. And that I have a problem with. Me getting lumped into the same kind of person as Shani was beyond mind blowing. Getting lumped into the person like truthfully Trisha. Get the fuck out of here. Like getting lumped into these people or being blamed for shit that other people did is just whatever. Know your facts. Are you gonna hate me? Hate me on your own merit. Don't hate me based on bullshit. Thank you. Welcome. Woohoo, another Instagram follower. I'm trying to get to 1,000 on Instagram. I think you could go live on Instagram after 1,000. Thank you. Go your own way. You got to keep it real. Have to. Whether I'm right or wrong, I will always keep it real. And whether I like you or I don't like you, I will always keep it real. I'm starting to like your honesty. You're starting to like my honesty? Woohoo, another Instagram follower. Woo woo. I know, I saw that. You remind me of my grandma? I remind you of grandma? That's a little rough. Unless you're like 17. Are you a smoker? No, I am not. I quit May 11th, 2021. Now I just vape. Woo woo. More Instagram followers. Why are you ignoring me? I'm not ignoring you. I can barely see chat. It's like getting dark and it's far. I'm gonna get off in a minute anyway, though. She lost. Yeah, what happened to Truthfully Trisha? Did she lose her channel? Do you go live on Instagram? I've never done it before because I don't have 1,000 people. But also, I haven't been promoting it. It does help to write in caps, but for some reason, freaking it's so small. Gina, who's Gina? Who's Gina? Why are you gonna show me your face? I show my face all the time. But I look pretty bad right now. I look worse than I did last night. I've been painting Phoenix's table. Woohoo! More Instagram followers. Woo woo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And let me also tell you guys this, because someone asked me about this, and I want to make this loud and clear. I don't know who you are when you order candles, and I like it that way. If your Instagram is not your name, don't tell me who you are. I would prefer not knowing who people are. Like, unless I, like if Bonnie McMillan orders a candle, I know her. But I don't want anyone to think that, like I know who they're, I have no idea who people are. Unless you have the same name. The name of Instagram is Intrepid Candles. I've been hashtagging PURPLEXEDQT on all my candles. So you might be able to find it from that. Something my name is all I see. It's getting dark. There you go. Oh, I don't mind. I have nothing to hide. Well, I know. I'm just saying. I just want people to know that I don't. Woohoo! More Instagram followers. Woo, woo. That And I post most candles on Instagram, which then go to the website. It's the first candle you see on the website. But I'm going to do it where you can order it through Instagram. Right now, I don't have it like that. Woohoo! NYC in the house. Do you have a candle that smells like... It smells like farts? No, I don't. I'm sorry. Welcome, sweet Melissa. That's how I found her. Oh, no shit. You found me on Instagram? Sweet. So my hashtags are working. Marissa was saying this the other day, you can't leave your candles unattended. You should never leave any candle unattended. That's first of all. But second of all, that's what she's talking about is when I was using double wicks. And it got really hot. Some of the some of the wood wicks in the small tins tend to burn hot. But you should never leave any candle unattended, ever. Yeah. Because you just never know. But I am trying something new. Like you guys know, I'm in a candle group with like 100,000. Now it's like 120,000 people. But one of the guy that started it also has a YouTube channel. And I'm switching my wick holders to this stuff that he uses. And I'm going to see how it is. I just got to prepare it like the day before. But that's one of the biggest causes, too, of problems is the wick moves. So, but like I said, I always try to, do better on my craft. Yeah, you should never leave a candle unattended because you just never know. Woo, woo, more Instagram followers. I do rose molds. I do have some rose molds that I can do it. I just don't really do much of them. Just because they're a pain in the ass. My mama actually has a candle just like blow up and catch fire. There you go. I do make gel candles. I haven't made any in a while, but I do make them. I was actually thinking about ordering some gel because one, soy is getting so fucking expensive. But I haven't tried to make one since I started making candles. And when I started making candles, I've grown so much. So I thought about making them again, getting a little creative for the summertime. But that's really an art because you got to make sure that if you're going to do clear and not color, that you have it at the right temperature, the right everything. Like one false move with a gel candle and it'll get cloudy. But I'm going to probably make candle drinks using the gel for the summer. I got big plans. Big plans. But yeah, I'm always learning and trying to improve my craft, and I may X out wood wicks on small jars though. I may only start using wood wicks on big jars. Everyone likes my hemp. I make hemp candles. Not anymore. Now I'm using apricot, soy, coconut. Gel is clear. Gel is like it's not soy. It's made from like a specific type of gel, and it's just clear. It's not a wax. It's a gel instead of a wax. But they're good like if you want to make a drink, that kind of stuff. My daughter left the candle burning. She left for school. And my house was gone by lunch. Wow. I am so sorry for that. My daughter's left candles burning overnight. I almost killed her. I said, do you know how dangerous that is, Sage? She's like, well, I fell asleep. Well, then you blow it out when you get tired. You don't leave a candle burning overnight. It's so much fun. It is fun making candles, but it can be a little, it's frustrating, especially when your color comes out wrong, or, you think everything is good and then you go to test it and you realize that you fucked it up, or that size wick is not going to work. And then you're like, motherfucker, you got to start all over again. So it'd be cool if you pour wax shape. Well, that's the thing. You use gel for like shapes and ice cubes and that kind of stuff. But one thing I'm waiting on, that I'm going to start selling too, is USB lighters for candles. So I ordered them last week. I'm waiting for them to come in with another 55 pounds of wax. And I'm excited. I hope they work on the wood wicks. They're very pretty. Try and never stop running. All right, more Instagram followers. Woo woo. Also lost a cat. Oh, I'm so sorry, Katrina. Living in Florida, make my own hurricane candles. That's true too. I want a candle that smells like my grandpa. I have Old Spice. I haven't seen her in a while, but one of the girls I had asked me to make a memorial candle for her that was Old Spice, and it smells just like Old Spice. I have a plasma lighter. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I haven't seen them. They just got them in. I was like, oh, let me try these. It's hilarious. After, I can't see, years, nobody's ever seen Laura's booty. Who hasn't seen my booty? Um, do I see your booty? Why do you want to see my booty? The USB lighters are. Oh, you have one? I said, I want to order some candles. Yeah, you go to intrepidcandlecompany.com. Family photos or any kind of photos from Memorial Candle, email me. I don't know. It sounded like they said to see my booty. They want to see my body? That's been posted. Go to Marissa's video. But I think they said booty. I don't know. I haven't seen most creators' booties. Booty, booty. I'm a smoke. You do love the USB light? I never saw them before. I ordered like 7 of them. They're expensive though. I didn't realize they were that expensive. But I heard these are like top notch. It's my candle manufacturer that's selling them. So we'll see. Worst case scenario, I'll give them away. So, all right, I'm going to cut out because I have to go into Hobby Lobby and I can barely see. But welcome all my new Instagram followers. Woo woo. Push the button on the side. So it doesn't take any kind of liquid. You just plug it in and go like a vape. You like them? I hope so. Whenever MGL looks like too popped, huh? You just have to charge it. So they last like forever, wouldn't they? Oh, it's warm here. It's like 53 degrees. Woohoo, more Instagram followers. Whoop, whoop. I'll be at 1,000 before I know it. All right. So I'm going to cut out so I can go into Hobby Lobby, get tissue paper that I desperately need. Thank you guys for letting me rant. What's a good vape? I use two different ones. I forgot what it's called, but it's really pretty colors. And then I use this one, which is like my favorite. So thank you guys for letting me vent. I just had a vent. And I hate being put in the same category as these fucking scammers. And, my name is always brought up about something that I never even did. So there's that. And like I said, anything I did do, I'll tell you I did it. I don't have a problem with it. That's another thing. I don't skate around the truth. If I did something or I said something, I'll tell you I fucking said it. Yes, I did. Or yes, I didn't. Or I'm sorry, no, I didn't. But the stuff that I have said and done, I'll be the first to admit it. So, all right. I'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful night. And I'll see you guys later. Or I'll probably see you tomorrow. I'm not going to be around later. I got to finish this table. So I will see you later. Peace. And don't forget, intrepidcandlecompany.com. Instagram is Intrepid Candles. And Facebook is Intrepid Candles or PURPLEXEDQT. I'll see you guys later. Peace.